We've just come off the engine dyno with this cracker little Holden Stroker 383. Now we're here with Ange from Molinari Race Engines. Ange, the results are pretty damn good, aren't they?
Not bad, Luke. Not bad at all. Yeah, very happy with this one.
Yeah, so it made 677, if I recall, horsepower on
pump fuel.
Pump 98 unleaded.
Yep.
Just under 500 foot-pounds of torque. And it did it repeatable. Every time you guys adjusted the jets or the timing or anything, it just kept making power, didn't it?
It did, yeah. It was nice and consistent, smooth, the RPM just, crisp.
Give us a little bit of a rundown on the engines. It's a 383, like we said.
Yep.
What's cool about this engine, I noticed, it's still running a conventional style oil pump. Doesn't have a vac pump on it.
No, so basically what we wanted to do this build, the owner's a character and a half. Like, he was so anal with everything the way that
he brought us jam donuts.
He did, he was fantastic. And I met him today for the first time. Funny man. But what we had to do with this, try to keep it, not as it came out of the factory, but we just didn't go for too much of the hoo-ha. Now, look, as we say in the past too, plenty of people built these engines, plenty of people make big power. We're not here to say that we've made the most, that's not the case at all. But what we have done is we've gone external oil pump, which is the ones we get through Precision, which are the Hercules ones, Ned Sassine does them. It's had a little bit of massaging and whatever inside. The internal oil galleries have been modified. And all that runs fine. We've kept just obviously electric water pump. He didn't want to run a vac pump in his street car, so we had to stay away from that. But I think the killer part on this engine is the guy that we found to do the cylinder heads in the inlet manifold, Pete Murray up in Queensland. Mate, he's just a wizard with numbers and it's all science. That's what it all comes down to, So at the end of the day, this is just an air pump and we just made it efficient. So that's all, The other good thing about it was this ADP carby, which we got from Sydney through George from Racemax Direct. Great guy to deal with, knows his stuff, and like pump fuel, pretty much out of the box with the race fuel. We a couple of little jet changes here and there, but as you saw, it wasn't too radical.
Now on the, what race fuel were we running today?
ETS Pro Drag 3. Yep. We tried after the pump fuel and just consistent.
That picked up again?
Yeah.
So every time you guys made changes?
Yeah, what we did, we went straight from 98 straight to the race fuel. From 677, it jumped up to 690.
691.
91.
Was that on the same?
Same everything. Yep. We didn't touch a thing, and then we jetted it up, and from jetting it up, we started climbing right up. And then we started getting into the 700 mark, and then with timing and what have you, and we saw the end result of 713.
But what I like about this, it is built as a proper street engine.
It is,
it was built around 98. And with the good set of heads and a manifold and a carby, now you can run up close to what, well over 12 to 1 compression.
Yeah, so what we've done with this, because of the camshaft that's in it with the overlap and the low, we were able to run 12.7 in this thing. The big stipulation from the owner was he didn't want to run high spring pressure because he didn't want to be changing roller lifters all the time. So what we had to do with the cam grinder, we pulled back the lobe. The guy doing the heads, Pete, was a bit concerned about that, but once we sort of looked at it and we sort of thought, we can't build every engine to make the max power. No. This thing had to be reliable and it had to do a job. And that job was to take this guy to Lygon Street on a Saturday night with his mates and his kids to have a bit of fun. And that's basically what it's done, thank God. Yeah. And as far as the bottom end goes, look, it's a VS roller block, 4-bolt caps. We ended up putting billet caps on the end as well. It's, grout filled to the Welsh plugs. Yep. We ended up bronze bushing the lifter bores, 904 lifter. We use a crane lifter in them. It's a comp cam. There's nothing to hide really because we're not, anybody can build this sort of stuff if you've got the right, you can get right access to the right people. But mainly, like I said, it's the cylinder heads in the inlet manifold were just, they were killer. Now we had 2 custom spaces made for this thing, 1 inch for the street and a 2-inch. Now I love the 2-inch. Yeah. As you saw, really picked up torque, but it wasn't, I don't think you noticed in the street car driving around the street. I think if he's going to go to a racetrack and have a bit of fun, definitely put the 2-inch on it with the race fuel. A couple of jet sizes up that we had to go. And away he goes. He's going to have some fun. The beauty about this,
you don't need to run it on race fuel. You can just race it at the track on pump fuel.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So it is running a set of Higgins 4-bolt heads. Yep. With the torque power manifold.
It is, yeah. A bit of mucking around trying to get those two to mate up together, but we managed to do that. We obviously, like as I said, a lot of people have done it before, so we haven't reinvented the wheel. But we had to make some custom spaces for the end and what have you, and sort of did them our own way, so it was a little bit easier. But look, at the end of the day, being built at home, as I work from home, we're very happy with the results. So
Oh,
we're
it's
up there with the
fantastic.
boys,
Yeah, yeah.
you know, that do this stuff for a sort of living, which, you know, I mean, I've done a few of these now over time, as Luke knows, but still good to have a happy customer, especially a character like this one that we just met today.
Well done, Ange.
Thanks very much, mate.
Now, obviously, you've built the engine yourself, Ange, but a lot of these things are a team effort, aren't they?
100%.
Today, we're at Addicted to Performance. Danko has been a great help, just finessing the finished product, isn't it? The tune-up and all the rest of it.
Yeah, so it's funny because when you do this sort of stuff, there's a number of people that play a key role in what we're doing. So obviously from the machining on the bottom end, like I got Mick from John Sydney, he's an older gentleman now, he's a classic, like he's dry. Like I can talk to him and try to string a heap of words into text and I'll just get back okay. But his work is faultless for what I do, and as far as the tuning goes with Danko, he knows his stuff. Look, it's just, it's like a relationship, you know, you got to find someone that you click with, and I seem to think that me and Danks click pretty well and we work good together, and he's got a good methodical approach. He doesn't sort of just want to go gung-ho and get into it. We creep up on it slowly, and you know, we try to do what's best for the motor. We'll listen to the motor and tune it to the motor, not to what we think we want to do. So yeah, no, he's great. And also the other guy that was very helpful too was Graham Serini from Total Performance. He's obviously the mastermind behind the camshaft, so yeah, he's got a lot of experience, and we spoke to a lot, you know, looking at head flow figures and what we were trying to achieve with the motor, and he came up with that cam grind, and that's where we are now, which is good.
That's good, man. You're natural on camera.
Thanks, buddy.
You're easy.